Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
Nearly 3% of the ice in Antarctica is penguin urine.
What? The ice?
Yeah, it doesn't evaporate when they pee, so it just freezes and becomes part of the mantle.
I hope it's yellow.
You would hope.
It's lemon.
And I'm Cameron. You should use the hashtag Geeks Corner on Twitter to give us other interesting facts, mostly about the stuff we're talking about tonight.
Tell us interesting facts that we may not know. Or we might. But just tell us anyway.
Spoiler alert, I probably will.
Also true.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, was it 2 weeks ago now? We went up and visited Cameron at his place of work. And we went line dancing, and from that came a video of some of us dancing that didn't make it to the public interwebs. Is that correct?
Yes, we used it on our internal servers.
So how could they watch said video, Katie?
By going to patreon.com/DAPS MAGIC, pledging any amount, and you get to see us making an absolute fool of ourselves.
And so far, 2 people have done that, both named Jeff.
Yes.
So we'd like to thank you both, Jeff Gordon and Jeff Holtz, for your support and for enjoying our humiliation.
We hope that you enjoyed us yeehawing and hip-hopping.
One yeehaw, please. Also, you just reminded me of the edited Alex Trebek video from Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Jeff, and Jeff. First up is Jeff.
Yeah. Agreed. Anyway, thank you.
Thanks, Jeffs.
Thank you,
Thank you, Jeffs.
Jeff squared.
Jeff squared.
No, that would be a multiplicity
would
of Jeffs. Yeah. It's additional Jeffs.
This is getting very confusing.
I don't do math.
All right, let's move over to the parks. Rise of the Resistance, we now know, will be opening in December at Walt Disney World, in January here at Disneyland. I think it's December 5th in Florida,
Yes.
and January 17th. Is that correct?
You are correct.
Here at the Disneyland Resort. And, of course, because it's Disney news, there's Disney opinions that are going around all
Disney
over the
discourse?
place. What?
I said Disney
it
Discourse.
was a
He
good
said
direction.
Disney.
I
It's
kind of
also
like the
very good.
discourse. That's good.
Yeah.
Discourse.
More like
Dis-
Discord, am I right?
Anyway, we thought we would throw our own thoughts and opinions into the matter. And is this a repeat of last week's?
Yeah. We're now contractually obligated to do it once an episode.
On
We're
the
precocious.
contract we don't have.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rise of the Resistance, opening in Florida first, Disneyland second. What's your thoughts? Cameron, go first.
It's going to be so good, you guys. You guys are going to be so good. I don't care that they're delaying it. If they're delaying it, that just means they're trying to get it right. That's totally okay. This is true across the entertainment industry, both for this and for movies and especially for video games. There's this huge public uproar if something is delayed. And y'all, we need to not do that, because if they're delaying it, that means they're not killing off creatives to make these things happen, and instead are choosing to give more time to make sure that the thing is perfect without working 14-hour days every single day. Good things. So, all for it.
Agreed. I think that kind of the big comparison right now is Hagrid's at Universal Orlando. They have not only seen some operating issues in the middle of the day, but now they have had to delay opening and close it early during
Some days it's not even opening.
Yeah. And you kind of have to play it by ear because the staff doesn't have time to maintain it, because the lines are so long, and because it kind of wasn't ready, and it has a lot of operating issues. I would rather Disneyland open a fully finished attraction than rush to open it as soon as it can and it spend most of its time down.
So that brings up the interesting question that's been going around the Diz community as well, is should they have waited to open the entire land?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
Go on.
After you.
People would have sat outside the land and gone, you mean the whole thing's ready except for one attraction and it's not open? That is exactly what would have happened.
I think it was the correct decision in that the parts they opened were done, and they, unlike an attraction which must be at 100%, the parts that they opened were at 100%, and everything else that isn't at 100% just isn't accessible. So Disney was able to cash that check twice.
I also think it gives guests an opportunity to explore so much of the land that you might not see if you're like, we need to hit Rise of the Resistance, we need to hit Smuggler's Run, and we'll get everything else in between. You get more time to walk around.
I think
and
it's interesting
experience.
too how many people clearly just don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, we spent an hour watching Chewbacca, Rey, and Vi recruit people to the Resistance and plot the overtaking of the First Order on Batuu, try to fix a X-Wing, and I think fail.
They did. They didn't fix it.
I don't think they fixed it.
They didn't.
And
they took parts out of it, but...
But it was completely fun to watch, and you didn't really have to be involved if you didn't want to.
Yeah.
But you could be involved if you did want to. And it's a new way of entertainment that's not necessarily traditional, I guess. The best I can come up with is it's like theater of life, to steal from The Man Who Knew Too Little. And you're getting to be a part of the story as opposed to passively sitting and watching a stage show or just walking up and getting a picture and an autograph, which really is capturing a moment, but it's not necessarily an experience. Cameron, I feel like you have something to add as you looked over at me.
Usually, but
okay.
Yeah, I completely agree. There is nothing wrong with having something that isn't a time period specific thing, and that goes back to the character interactions. There's no meet and greet area. It's all immersive. And because of that, you are given the opportunity to choose your level of involvement, which is wonderful, not just from a experiential standpoint, but also a inability to handle such things area. The thing that I keep getting reaffirmed every time I go is that Galaxy's Edge was truly built for everyone in mind, not just for the most number of people. If some people that I've been around there have extreme sensory issues, and they can choose to remove themselves from it and still be completely involved in land for hours. And that's something I think that a lot of folks are glossing over because they have the same Disney mentality of get in line, do the thing, do the line, get the food, get out. And it's not built for that.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly it. And it's interesting. I think there must be a learning curve with this whole thing that I'm assuming Disney has accounted for. But it's been interesting watching the different articles pop up online, basically trying to overanalyze what is happening in the land without really, like half of them, I feel like you haven't even shown up to experience it yourself and you're saying it's a failure or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's not the experience I'm having when walking through that. Like, I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
And,
Blast.
And there you go. And, but it really is interesting, and I'm curious to see, I think it's August 18th, a lot of passes are now opening up.
Yes.
And I will be curious what September looks like when any annual pass holder can decide to go, and see if they have to start using virtual queuing or whatever.
We'll see if we remember the 21st night of September. We will see.
It's 2 months after that. Burn a large effigy. Attempting to blow Parliament.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Last question on this. What do you think about Florida getting it first?
Good. They need something.
I think it's fair.
Hollywood Studios has 5 attractions.
That too.
Now they'll have 7.
I was just like, we got the land first. It's only fair they get the attraction first. But so you don't have a problem with it at all.
No, it's great.
It is what it is. Honestly, it's a month different. The only thing I'm concerned about is that ours opens on a Friday when all annual passes are open.
I think it's going to be hilarious.
My big concern.
I just hope we don't get a repeat of Hagrid in that regard.
Where it's like a 10-hour line?
Yeah. But also, on the flip side, when Cars Land opened and there was a 9-hour line for Radiator Springs Racers, that was one of the coolest things ever. Just the level of excitement and hype that came out of that, and people had a blast waiting in line for that. And if you have that good of an attraction, people will wait for it. If it's as good as they're saying it is,
it's true.
People will wait for it, and they'll be glad they did, and they will talk about it forever, that I was in line on opening day
and then
for 9 hours.
Before you know you take it, you slap it on a lunchbox, and you're selling it. You're selling it.
Wow. They're already selling it.
That was amazing, actually.
Wow, that was really could have.
Dr. Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it was.
That was almost musical.
Where's the coupon day?
We'll have a coupon day.
Which they have,
They do.
Oh, no.
Where's the dinosaurs?
You can hear them in Galaxy's Edge at night, I'm convinced. They may not be...
Welcome
Earth dinos.
to Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
Are you hearing it on a recorder in your head, too?
Yeah. We need to do that. All right.
Please.
Other thing they got announced that's opening this fall in September on the 29th is Disney's Skyliner gondolas, the new highway in the sky at Walt Disney World, right? It really is.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's opening on the 29th. What do we all think about this one?
Interesting timing. It's Galaxy's Edge weekend there. I think it'll be...
Isn't it? It's a month after it.
Oh, September, not August.
Yeah.
I'm silly.
It's okay.
Epcot forever.
Yeah. It's that
and
weekend.
Food and Wine, and Food and Wine will already be going. But yes, I'm bad at days.
What do we think about... I don't know if we've actually talked about the Skyliner here.
No.
I think there are two types of attractions, at least from Disney's
Ones that
perspective.
work and ones that don't.
The ones that people are coming to the park for, and ones that eat up people while people are waiting for the things that people are coming to the park for. I think this falls in the latter category in that it is going to be an excellent thing to remove X number of bodies from the park during any specific time and have a lovely ride.
Well, and it's functionality. It's like the monorails. It has a purpose. It'll get you from Disney's Hollywood Studios to Epcot and one of the resorts if you have a need to go to Art of Animation and Coronado.
I think we're going to get some really cool pictures from them, too.
Oh, I think so, too. Definitely.
Like, that's what I'm looking forward to is flying over and getting to see things in ways we've never seen them before. And also be curious to see how they handle the weather.
I agree.
Between thunderstorms, wind, other things that could happen there. I'll be curious, like, how...
Earthquakes.
Sure. The Florida
Gators.
earthquakes. I hear about those all the time.
Florida
I'll be curious
earthquake
to see
sounds
how,
like the world's worst
how they
bobsled
handle.
team.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
The stations look really nice, though. So.
So you glad it's coming, or do you wish
Yeah.
they'd expanded the monorail?
No. I think it's one of the strengths, especially of Disney World, is their unique mesh of transportation options, and adding more flavor to that is not
And
a
I feel
problem.
like at some point it should be included in another Mikey's DAPS quest. Because
Agree.
I feel like you should go on as many different forms of transportation at the Walt Disney World Resort in
Any
one time.
attraction that gets off at a place different than where it started.
Any form of transportation. Like, as long as it's different. So you could have a boat, which could be Pirates of the Caribbean for all I care, or,
A boat, an
it could be a boat
airplane.
in the park.
Minivan.
Minivan. Well, you have to pay for that. I'd prefer doing things you don't have to pay extra for.
Do it. Yeah, polka dots.
Well, he could
They do.
ride.
They're
He
very
could ride
cute.
he could ride the bus on Main Street if it's out.
Sure.
That would count.
Wi-Fi buses also.
Yeah. He could ride.
Wi-Fi bus.
There's lots of things you could do. I think he's got one coming for us first, though, and then we'll get a challenge, and then we'll challenge him with this one.
Challenge.
All right. Disneyland's 64th birthday is tomorrow, and some of us will be there covering that very fun day. Katie's covering it all for us. That's great.
I was imagining that you were also going to identify yourself as going, but no.
I was not going to identify because then they wouldn't know that Cameron's not going to be there. But
It's just me.
just Katie. That's right.
It's literally just me.
Yes. Anyway, we're excited about tomorrow's cavalcade that will be happening in the afternoon twice, and we will get video of that up, probably live. We will see.
Yes.
So make sure you're subscribed to this channel if you're not already. But we thought it would be a fantastic opportunity to bring back a segment that we introduced last month. Yeah, I don't know.
We're
called
confused.
Time is an illusion.
It's true.
You ready for this, Tyler?
Yes.
Breaking news. Sensationally ridiculous headlines. I don't know.
I'm
if
sorry,
this
why are
worked
we
or not.
dissonant tones?
Everything we do tonight.
So
So the way this segment works is we have ridiculously over the top headlines. I was trying to come up with another adjective, but it wasn't there. And Cameron goes first because he's on the end. And
usually.
So are you.
yeah, but I'm introducing.
No, he's
it.
at the beginning.
It would make things.
The alpha, the omega.
There you go. Anyway, just do the segment. Cameron, start us out.
Is Disneyland copying Nintendo? More details at 6.
Ooh.
That's off the top of the dome, too. That wasn't
Let
a
us know
prepared
what
one.
your favorite headline of the day is, by the way.
Breaking. Disney excluded these 6 characters in the cavalcade. Number 5 will shock you.
That was good.
Is it
All right. As Disneyland celebrates another birthday, the question must be asked. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Oh, that was good. That was good. That was good.
I thought we were doing headlines, not NPR titles. What is this?
You know what? NPR has headlines. I've been to their website.
I've been to their website, okay?
I don't listen to the station. But
I went to http://www.npr nationalpublicradio.org, not .com, because they're an organization.
That
friends.
is true. All right, Cameron.
Sorry, I had to break.
I don't have another
briefly.
one, so keep talking.
That was good. I'm going to say I've been to their website for everything now.
Here are 64 reasons why you should totally come to Disneyland. Guess what? Each of them's a year.
Nice.
Okay. Breaking! Disneyland has a birthday and you forgot to bring cake. Check out this cool recipe.
That was good.
Thank you.
I've gotten
Well, I'll tack onto hers.
Okay, go. and
There
then
is the
I'll hop
cake
in.
recipe, but it's after about 3 pages of. I remember the first time I went
yeah,
to
it
Disneyland.
totally-
It was a sunny Sunday afternoon, and
That
my
is the
5
most
kids were
frustrating thing ever.
And then the last paragraph, like, because when you scroll down to the recipe and then you read the paragraph right above the recipe, and something like, and then my grandma passed me down this recipe. She handed it to me and said, take care. And then I never saw her again. And it's like, wow, how did we get
And that
there?
grandmother?
Albert Einstein.
That was Albert Einstein.
And then she gave me $100.
Yep.
And
then
everyone stood up and clapped.
the very first comment on that article would have something effective. Great, I love this recipe. Here's everything I changed about it.
Yeah, it's true. It's like, the recipe worked great, except I didn't use...
This. Everything listed, really.
Yeah.
I came out with a pie. It was supposed to be a cake.
Is it supposed to have cherries in it?
Okay,
Mine
here's
did.
my final headline.
Give me time to think.
You did, and I still don't have anything, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Stalled.
Disneyland celebrates its 64th birthday. 10 reasons why you should go to Disney California Adventure.
Oh, yes.
That work?
Yeah, it
That
works.
was good.
It works. It's good.
Let us know in the Twitter what you think the best headline was. And so far, it looks like I'm winning with the when I was 64.
That was good.
Because that's the only thing that's been commented on. All right.
All right.
Hyperspace Mountain is continuing to fly people through the galaxy through Halloween. What do you think about this?
Pew pew.
It's the best version of Space Mountain, in
You think
my
it is?
humble
Let's
opinion.
ask the question of all the versions of Space Mountain, from
Hyperspace.
the original
Yep.
to the new version to Rockin' to
Oh,
Ghost
obviously,
Galaxy
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
to
Space Mountain.
hyperspace. Which one's your
It's
favorite?
hyperspace for me. It's so good.
I
It's
love
so good.
hyperspace. Fills me with a joy that I can't really compare, because when you turn into the station and that Star Wars
Always
music
reporting.
starts,
It's pretty cool.
it's something that you can't really compare. It's a really, really cool feeling.
Okay, so all of us think that one's the most fun.
I would love to see hyperspace at Disneyland Paris, though.
Yeah, I've heard that one's epic.
That's what I would like to see.
So here's the next question.
Okay.
If you were to make your own overlay
That wasn't that.
for Space Mountain that's not Star Wars,
Ooh.
what would you do?
Star Trek Federation.
Because
It doesn't have to be a property they already own.
It has to be a Walt Disney Company
Yes,
property.
I know.
It would be like you could do that for the emotional whirlwind, because that's about the speed
Do
those ships
that. I
move.
thought of Iron Man too, because it seems very Iron Man zipping around. It was better.
Incredibles. That's to make a good roller coaster.
That would be
This you could
that'd be
totally.
a very unique idea.
Yeah, nobody's ever thought of that.
So is that the one you would do?
No.
Does he want to stick with Michael
See,
Giacchino
what
with
I-
the music?
You see, Mr. Daps, what I do on the show sometimes is joke. I say an answer that is actually different than the answer I would like.
Comments.
I would like all Giacchino properties at once.
Just all my
So you want Ratatouille, you want...
Star Trek.
Okay.
We're back to Star Trek. Spider-Man. Yeah, no, like each 5-second of track is like a different.
That'd be so confusing.
Oh,
So,
it would be.
All right, do you have a...
Cool. It involves reworking the queue a little bit, but it's an
Okay.
annotated version of carousel of progress. And then by the time you actually get onto the attraction, that's when it meets with the current last 5 years when there has been a complete jump in technological upgrades.
Got it.
Where it's just
so is it Techno Carousel or Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow? Is that
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And then the whole ride in the front left seat is just the dad from the attraction screaming that things are changing too fast and he can't keep up.
I like this idea.
That's a good idea.
Let us
It's
know.
That was very loud.
That was so
I'm sorry
loud.
if any of you were wearing headphones.
I really hope they were.
I'm surprised the dogs aren't all barking.
You never know.
Wow.
If you have an idea for what you would like to see for an overlay for Space Mountain, I know some of you are going to say, I just want the original Space Mountain. Totally okay.
Big Dale Space Mountain original?
Whatever you want.
Dim Dome Space Mountain?
Let us know in the comments. And we're going to move right along to the D23 Expo, which is going digital this year.
Yeehaw.
With sending out Expo badges. But more importantly, you can get online reservations for different panels and experiences beforehand. What do you think about this?
I have reservations about it.
Go ahead.
You see, any time that we adapt something technological like this, it's wonderful in that it's saving the environment by not printing as many things, and it is making it more accessible to a lot of people. But, as with all good things, some people are going to take advantage of that, and I think it might take away the opportunity that a physical ticket would have given to some people because they would be able to physically plant their place in line. By making it digital, you are allowing anybody to spam the system to get exactly what they want, and most people...
Which we did see with the reservation system for Galaxy's Edge.
So people are faster than me at the internet. That's just a rule of life. So by it going that way, it makes me assume that I would not have opportunity.
Yeah. I like that no one's going to have to sleep on the floor.
I think there's a safety issue with that I like.
I agree. I think that some people just kind of go, that's con life, but sleeping on the floor is kind of gross. Anaheim Convention Center, it's very clean. It's a lovely facility, but I still would not sleep on the floor. So I think that that's great, but I agree with you where there's concert tickets, convention tickets, you name it, anything, the second it goes on sale, there's people that have somehow gotten it before you. Even if you're sitting there reloading, being the fastest person on the internet, someone will still have.
There's always going to be that guy with 13 phones that is just sitting in a row.
Yeah, definitely. I hope that there are ways around it. And I know there's certain panels that they've said that they're going to really have this feature out for. I know the live action panel, probably Parks and Resorts, things like that. So I'm excited about it because no one is sleeping in a giant princess dress on the floor.
Cool.
I mean, there goes my Wednesday night, but that's not the point.
You can still do that.
Yeah, I could.
And you're on home.
I would love to see some form of lottery system incorporated in that.
Great.
I think that'd be wise. Or a tiered system where only a certain amount of show passes or whatever are released per hour. So it mixes things up, kind of like they do with some reservation systems.
Yeah.
All right. Well, a few things are saying goodbye in the next week. That includes Mickey's Sensational Parade, Red Trolley Newsboys. I kind of think the parade is being greeted with, or going to be missed more than the Newsboys. But I think because we already lost the trolley, it's not as...
It's a two-part loss. It's we mourned the loss of the trolley however long ago. Yeah. And I feel like some people don't even know the show's still going. They're like, wait, what? But they're red.
Well, and walking by on Sunday, there really weren't a lot of people watching it. And it was very different than what it used to be when you'd have the trolley and that staging that happened in that way. So maybe something else will happen when the trolley comes back. And but I think it'll be okay. I think Mickey's Sensational Parade is getting more reaction, I guess. I'm excited to see what comes next.
I agree. I
think it's always kind of that hope for what comes in the future, so I'm excited to see. And it'll be weird for the next 4 months without a day parade, but
I agree.
But Christmas is coming.
Christmas!
Right, Jenny?
Christmas!
Thank you. We are going to go into a new segment tonight that we have created. Are you ready, Tyler?
You ready, Tyler?
This is called the Twitter game.
This is the Twitter game.
The Twitter game.
The way the Twitter game works is we discovered by accident a week or two ago that you can search for a person and a topic, I guess you could say,
not discover this
on Twitter that goes back forever.
There's this website called Twitter.
Yes.
We discovered it on accident.
Well, we discovered the idea for this segment on accident. So we thought it'd be fun to search for our very own producer, Tyler Epperson's Twitter, and look up random tweets.
We went back.
Go back as far as
I think I've deleted a lot of
2008.
Not enough.
Not enough. We're going to have some fun right now.
Nothing controversial.
Nothing controversial and nothing that will ever
hurt your career.
Yes. Anyway, Cameron, I believe you'd like to start.
Sure. On November the 19th of 2015.
There you go. Not 2008.
Space Mullets?
Was that Star Wars?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think it was.
Yep.
It
Space
actually has
Mullets?
been fun going through his Twitter, though, because these things that happened years ago have popped back up. It's like, oh, yeah, that was fun. Good.
So this is a multi-parter. June 2010. Nom 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 pizza in all caps. July 2010. I have pizza. The day before that tweet in July 2010. Pizza. And then May of 2010. There is such a thing as home-made pizza.
Very true.
I have pizza daily. What's new?
I'm going to pop to May 3rd of 2011, where Tyler made the very astute observation that Bond has more fans than Stargate.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I don't actually know what
have
the
no idea.
context was.
Bond has more than what?
You said Bond has more fans than Stargate.
I have not a clue.
I don't either. Like, I actually was looking. I was like, I bet we tweeted something when we went and saw Skyfall, or like we used to go to all the old movies.
All the old
And
movies.
this was the only one that came up with Bond. It was very weird.
More.
Sure.
Yeah, keep
On
going.
the 5th of November, appropriately, in 2014, Haley just sneezed and accidentally honked the car horn. Now she's embarrassed.
I remember this. It was hilarious.
This is from December 3rd, 2010. Sounds like Tyler was playing our game from earlier. Reason number 10, your car smells. Yes, it's your feet.
Wait, what year was this?
2010.
Oh, I was a valet.
You were trying to win a Chevy Cruze in the hashtag 20 Pine Tree Air Fresheners
Oh,
sweepstakes.
no. Oh,
I remember that.
no. Did you win?
Have you seen my car? No.
You were trying to win a Chevy Cruze. That was you entering a. But yes, reason number 10, your car smells. Yes, it's your feet.
On the 19th of November, if I may jump in here.
Please do.
All caps. His right eyebrow twitched.
It has a top sense.
And this is October 13th, 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Just took a big bite, and I would like to say that bite is spelled B-I-G-H-T.
Nailed
Of,
it. I
of
barely passed high school. Leave me alone.
hey, it's okay. You're a child actor. It's okay. You're pretty. Of dark chocolate, when I thought it was milk chocolate, big surprise.
I'm so disappointed by that.
I would be too. I understand. I understand that
Pacing.
pain. Yeah.
Do you have another one?
Yes.
Go ahead.
That's it for me.
On May the 9th of 2015, all caps again. Turn off your flash lady.
Flash guy is fine. The lady though.
That's good. Good.
My
And it
goodness.
looks like that was our first segment of the Twitter.
So this came about because of the Disney Channel original movie. So I was
Nice.
trying to look. I was like
We're
at
trying
Tyler
to confirm
Epperson,
which one you read.
at Tyler Epperson, DCOM, at
It
Tyler
is.
Is
Epperson.
it?
So the way I found it, because we were all having this discussion at dinner, none of us could figure it out. I almost texted you. Mr. Daps was like, "Don't do it. We have to." No. How I found it was that Roger had tweeted Tyler and gone, "Hey, Under Wraps is on," and we said, "Oh, Roger, you actually told him that Under Wraps is on." He's like, "I didn't know he was on Under Wraps." I was like, "Were you just giving him the information that it was on TV?" Yes.
I'd like to point out I'm not the one that originated. Like, hey, I'm in this. Someone else prompted me into it.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, child actor.
It's
So,
a commonly known thing.
the one and
but
only.
Caps lock enthusiast. Tyler.
Pizza enthusiast.
Caps like pizza.
Caps lock pizza. Om nom nom nom. Caps
And
lock
James
pizza.
Bond enthusiast. All right. Final story of the night. You wrote it. You tell about it.
Go.
Oh, Thor 4.
Yes.
I was
Thor.
like, I'm sorry,
I
what
was
did
like, I'm not going to try
Fourth.
to say that.
Third.
what did
Go
I
ahead.
write? Taika is confirmed to be directing Thor 4, which is great if you loved such films as Thor Ragnarok.
As the other one.
And I know that Thor 1 and 2 were movies, and I think that Ragnarok was definitely a departure from what they had been doing with the series, and it was a very welcome departure, so I think that people are very excited to see.
I think there's a lot of potential with this too. It appears that Chris Hemsworth is returning as well, and I want to see where that character has been and went after the events of Endgame.
I agree.
And I think it'll be fun. Cameron, any parting thoughts before we run out of time?
I want the introduction of Lady Thor so bad.
Lady Thor.
So bad. Well, actually, you know what I do want more than that is, as part of the comics canon, Thor's power is taken into a staff. There's the stave of the old man is this whole line they do, and it allows Thor to be played by several different actors if they want to.
I was thinking Gandalf.
They can Doctor Who it real bad. So it's basically there's a staff, and then whoever is worthy, if they take the staff and pound it into the ground, they wield the power of Thor, and they become Thor. That's where Lady Thor comes from, and a bunch of other options. It would be a really cool move because they can do a lot of really fun things with other actors. Also, they can make Thor be played by other actors in the MCU already existing there. Can you imagine Chris Pratt being Thor? Like,
Yeah.
it'd be good.
I like it. All right. Cameron, get us out of here.
You should go to thegeekscorner.com. It'd be weird if you're not already there, unless you're on YouTube, I guess. But thegeekscorner.com. It's where you can watch all of this stuff that we do that's like this, except before.
Shoot at DAPSMagic.com. Check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens. Find our Patreon so you can find us, and also Hawing, and subscribe to our mailing list.
I have to read this tweet.
Oh.
For Thor than 7 years ago. Well done, Jeff. I like it. Anyway, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and if you haven't already, subscribe to DAPS, as Katie said. We hope you are having a fantastic week. We hope to see you at Disneyland tomorrow for the birthday. But that is all the time we have for you this week, so we will see you around the corner.
Bye.